What's up, YouTube? How you guys doing today? It's Leekautorepair here. Today, working on a 2010 Honda Accord. This is a base model. It's not an LX, it has a sunroof, but whatever model it is, I pretty much don't care. I'm just here to show you guys how to install rear pads and rotors. Tools needed for this job. See this blue box right here? This kit. Okay, all right. It says brake pad and caliper service kit. I'm gonna show you what that's for later on in the video. Got my my impact gun, impact wrench with my 19mm socket to get the lug nuts off. Got my long 3/8 ratchet with a 17mm and a 12mm. 17mm wrench. I have two ratchet wrenches here. This one's a 12, this one's a 17, and I just have a regular wrench, it's a 7/8, and I'll be using with this kit. Got a pry bar, wire brush, and a hammer, brake cleaner, and then my caliper grease. I forgot to mention this impact screwdriver set. It's for the rotor to get the screws off. And I'll show you how to use this. Now, while I'm waiting on my parts to come, my brake pads and rotors, I'm waiting for them to get here. Just go ahead and raise the car up and start removing the wheels. Next, we're going to start removing the caliper. Okay, so you have two choices. You can use this long ratchet with the 12mm socket, or you use this 12mm long ratchet wrench. I'm going to use this long ratchet wrench because it gives me more leverage. Bolts break free real easy with these, so use that. I'm at the caliper now. Remember, righty tighty, lefty loosey. So take this bolt off right here. And I'm gonna break it free. It's not coming loose. All right. When you can't get the bolt off, it just keeps spinning, spinning, spinning. This part right here, where the part of the slide pin. If you want to grab you for this Honda, it's a 17mm wrench, or you could grab a pair of pliers and just hold on to this while you backing the bolt off, and it should come off real free. So I got the first bolt off. With this car, there is like the piston is pretty much locked in place with the pad because there's a little locking tab in there. Show you that in a few, but just go ahead and take the other caliper bolt off. Both bolts are off now, as you can see. So next I'm going to take my pry bar and I'm just going to pry between here or here, and then just pretty much going to take the caliper off the bracket. My pry bar. Okay, got that off. Next, I want to go ahead and remove the brake pads itself. So just go ahead and go ahead and give it a couple. Don't whack at it, but just kind of tap it off like this. As soon as you get space in between, just go ahead and wedge in between. It should come right out. And do the same for this. Okay, so got the brake pads off. Next, I want to get this bracket off. To get this bracket off, you have two 17mm bolts. This one right here, then the other one right here. You have two choices. You could use this this ratchet with the 17 on it, or you could use this long ratchet wrench. I'm using this ratchet wrench because, like I said, more leverage the better. I don't have to struggle getting bolts free. the ratchet wrench on. Remember guys, righty tighty, lefty loosey. So I'm in the right direction. I'm just gonna push down on it to get it to back off. Get the second one off now. Both bolts are off. I'm ready to pull the bracket off. Oh, be careful, catch it before it falls. I'm just gonna set this on the ground. This may be the tricky part, but I don't think it is. But if you're a beginner, then yeah, it will be. We have these two screws in here. That's what keeps the rotor in place. So we're gonna remove it. So this is where the impact screwdriver comes into place. I'm at the kit, pull it out, put it together. Grab the bit. And I'm gonna grab a hammer. Now to get these screws off easy without it giving you a bunch of trouble, you want to take the hammer and see where the screw mounts at, like right up in here or like right here. Hit it with the hammer and here too. I got the screws off. Now it should come off easily. I don't know if you saw in the video, but I didn't mention it, but I'm mentioning it now. These washers right here, these fell out behind the rotor. Don't forget to put these, to catch these, or put them up somewhere where you can find them. But they go in just right behind this knuckle right here. The holes for the bracket for the caliper. They just sit in there just like that. Don't forget to put them back on. Next, I'm gonna grab my wire brush because the surface looks kind of rusty. It's not that bad. I've had worse, but I want everything to be perfect. You want to take your wire brush and you want to get all up in here. Just take your brush and brush in between this hole right there. Get whatever brush you can. This one ain't that bad, but I'm just showing you guys how to do it. And all this doing is pretty much you cleaning the hub surface so that way the rotor can sit flush up against it. And next time you do brakes again, the rotor will come off real easy. Next, I'm ready to compress the piston back in this bore because my brakes are here now, so I'm ready to work. So this is the part, another tricky part. I'm going to use the brake service kit I just showed you. Okay, got the kit. I'm gonna open it. Real quick. See right here? Pittsburgh Professionals. So yeah, I got this from Harbor Freights. I forget how much it costs. Years back I remember it was like maybe between like 30-40 bucks. It was on sale. It's pretty cheap. So just want to open it. See these adapters. See your compressor tool. Alright, so I want to grab the compressor tool. I want to grab this, put that right there, and I want to figure out what adapter fits around the piston right. So It's gonna take a guess. What would I use? Let's try this. Just want to sit that in there and see how it looks like an X. Well, it's common sense. So just line it up in there, and it should be in there flush. Shouldn't move around at all. So this is the right adapter. Now, since I got the right adapter, I'm gonna take this plate right here. I'm going to put it around in here. That's gonna sit just like that. This, you wanna rotate this bottom end out here. This tool on correctly. Like I said, I got the plate in right, got my adapter. So I'm gonna put my adapter on first onto the piston. Make sure it's lined up flush. Then I'm just gonna put this right in between. It has holes on the back of this, so this sits in just like this. So I'm gonna put this back on. Line it up on the adapter. Then I want to twist this back. Lock this in place. Now, this tool works. It's really simple. As you twisting it in, hold on. All right, all this is doing is twisting the piston back in this bore. So to do that, I'm gonna twist it just like this. Then you're gonna keep it nice and tight because it has to turn and keep it locked in place at the same time. So while it's pushing it in, it's turning. Now it may not twist. You may need to get a wrench. I did point out that I had a 7/8 wrench. I don't need to use it for this car because the piston twists real easy. So as I'm twisting, I'm going to keep relocking it back into place until it stops. This one's bottomed out and I'm done. So I'm just going to back this one off. That's it, and that's how you use that tool. It should look like that. Now when you going back on, real quick, some of these pads, it's got like a little notch right here. This notch supposed to go into right here. So it may be hard to get your pad on when you put the brake pad back on. So to get that correct, flip your caliper around just like this. You want to, see how it's the X? You want to rotate it till it looks like a T. And it should look like that. And if you got it on that way, you should be able to get the caliper back on, no problem. Okay. So that's situated. So we're gonna go to the next part. Got my brakes in. Make sure your brakes match up right. Do a side-by-side comparison. Put the rotor, put them two together. Make sure they look right. Check your pads. Make sure the lining matches up on the old one along with this back plate. That's pretty much it. Take some brake cleaner or your wire brush, spray up in between here, or if you want, you can use some brakes come with new hardware. I'm not going to be using them unless I need it. They didn't fall out. They're not they're not like broken or like bent or anything, so they still good. So I'm still going to use these silver ones. So yeah, clean this up with brake cleaner or your wire brush. Got the rotor out the box. Got it on the car. Now I got it flipped around. And don't be like, oh, we don't know how to do brakes. He installing it wrong. It's not it. I got it this way purposely so I won't get it dirty with my dirty ass hands. As you can see, it's kind of hard to remove dirt on rotors once you get it on there. Even with brake cleaner, it's kind of hard. So just go ahead. We're gonna spray it this way. I'm gonna spray it, and I'm cleaning off all the material that they put on there to keep the rotors fresh and stop it from like rusting and everything. So you're going to clean it just like that, and then flip it around, do the same thing for the other side. Spray this side up real good. Very cool. Next, I'm going to take my screws for the rotor, just put them back in there. They don't have to be tight as hell. Just make sure the rotor is flushed against the hub like this. That's flush. Got the rotor on. Now I'm ready to put on my caliper bracket. Same way you took it off. You get the point, right? Alright. Now once your caliper bolts, the bracket bolts, when they stop, just give it like a little 1/4 inch turn. They don't have to be like tight as hell or you will snap this bolt. Next, you want to get your brake pads. Take them out of the box, have them laying like this, whatever way you want. You want to get your brake grease and lube up your brake pads. Lube up this part, this, and right up in there. It should look just like this. I'm ready to go back on now, so I'm going to take my brake pad. And it's the same way for the outer side. Now this is what it should look like when everything is on correctly. Now I'm ready to put the caliper back on. Well, wait, before I put the caliper back on, I want to lube up my slide pins. So just pull it out of the boot, just pull it out, then just pull this boot off at the same time. And you should be able to get it to come out. Got it. Pain in the ass. And I'm gonna take it out. And you pretty much want to lube this up. Don't overkill it with grease, just lube it up. And then do the same thing for this one. Now take my caliper, I'm ready to go back on. Now remember I told you to rotate the piston a certain way. Now it should line up good. It should just go straight in. Let's take her. But I can't. Got everything bolted correctly. Caliper bolts tight. Bracket bolts tight. Screws to the rotor they on. Everything looked good. Make sure you spray it down with some brake cleaner. Put your oil on and that's it.